Going hot.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every week. We talk about comics, movies, TV, pop culture, and the like. Having some technical difficulties today because why not? That's the beauty of life, right? We have some technical difficulties. So we have our Facebook stream going. We do this every week live on Facebook. We do this on Periscope, which will be joining us in a second as soon as we can muster a Periscope feed. And we're also going to be doing this live here on TalkingAlternative.com because that's what we do. We do it every week here, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we have a tremendous guest on today. Warren Simons from Valiant Comics. He's the EIC, that's the editor-in-chief of Valiant Comics. And we have some great guests. And actually joined by Rob Kay, who's filling in for the not well Sam Leibowitz. So I was sick last week, and this week Sam is sick. Now, the funny thing is I did not actually do the show from the studio, but I managed to get Sam sick anyway. So, I don't know how it happened, but it happens that way, and that's all you can do. I don't know. There's nothing else you can really do about it. So, but we got Warren Simons coming on. We're actually going to do a little something different with the Facebook stream today. We're gonna cut the Facebook stream after the commercial and bring it back on so we can get Warren on in all of his glory, and it's beautiful. And we actually have a beautiful now. We have a live. I got a new phone. Apple, for some reason, decided that they want no headphone jacks, so that's just, it adds to our technical difficulties. It's just one of those nights. But we are happy to have you. We have a great sponsor as well, too, having that holiday get-together and looking for a way to entertain the kids. Fun Food Flip is the game for you. Each player gets dealt a hand of food cards and must come up with the most gross, most interesting, and most delicious combinations for each of the 4 courses. Just wait to see what your kids come up with. If you like apples to apples, you'll love Fun Food Flip. Go to funfoodflip.com and watch their video. They have an awesome video. It's like a Lego video. It's very cool stuff, and you'll get a taste of the good times to come. Secrets of the Sire is also brought to you by all of our beloved patrons. Seriously, if you love what we do and you love our show, we talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture every week. Support us on Patreon. You can actually go to it very easy. It's michaeldolce.com or it's patreon.com/secrets of the Sire, but michaeldolce.com. I'm your host, Michael Dolce. It's very easy to get to it. Don't forget, it's a live call-in show, 877-480-4120. I want to thank our dedicated fans, Einar Peterson and Ashley Haikai, our program director, Stephanie Dolce, our executive producers, Steve Hovecki and Brian Phillips, and as always, our Uber fan, Christina Dolce. And like I said, Fun Food Flip is our sponsors as well, too, so it's really great to have them as well, too. Got the iPhone 7 now, and I feel like I'm just like right up into this camera here, which is pretty exciting stuff. So, all right, so I think, we were doing our usual perusing and our usual browsing and our usual taking a look at what's out there in the pop culture world. Like I said, we got a great guest coming up later today, and I was really excited about that. But I flipped to see the Golden Globe nominees, and I do a little bit of a double take because I see Deadpool. Deadpool nominated for Best Picture comedy, and Ryan Reynolds Golden Globe nomination. So for anybody who follows the show, and we have our people, which is good. It really was amazing because I actually had predicted that it wasn't going to live up to the expectations way, way back in February. And then I was predicting that the reason being is that it's going to be so hardcore that only the hardcore fans are going to get it. Like, people aren't actually going to get it, and they're not going to understand exactly, the deal with that. And I was wrong. I was just blatantly wrong. So to see this now as a Golden Globe nominated film, I think the comic verse just has me to thank. I mean, I think the comic verse should just really be saying, you know what, Mike, you made this happen. You made this happen. That's the way I look at it, because quite frankly, there is no way, shape, or form you could have ever imagined that Deadpool, of all things, was going to not only break R-rated records, advance the superhero movie into realms unseen. But it's also now, awards worthy. Like, that's insane. It's insane that it's awards worthy. It's insane. Now, the Golden Globes are always typically a little looser, a little more laid back. It's definitely it's definitely a little bit different than what is typical for for award ceremonies, right? The Oscars are a little more like prestigious. They're a little more like tight knit. They're a little, in general, they're tighter. Like there's no doubt about that. But that being said, it just brought me back to like the scene in Entourage, like the Entourage movie where Johnny Drama ends up winning a Golden Globe, and you're like, victory, and it's like that's what Deadpool is right now. Like this is, they're just doing victory laps. I can't imagine Deadpool Golden Globe nominee. Say that with me, Deadpool Golden Globe nominee. Like that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So we welcome the folks on Periscope. We got the Periscope up and running. We'll have sound pumped in at some point as well too. Maybe not in the Periscope feed, but we'll do it on there. But other notables, Stranger Things, big time. Especially a first time nominee. Really doing some great stuff. And that was if you go into our archives, I think it was like episode like 34, 35. That was the winner of the show I Need to Watch. We'll figure out when I have the time to do that. It'll be at some point in my life that I'll have the time to actually watch this show. I still have to get through Luke Cage. I'm like halfway through Luke Cage. I definitely immersed myself in Westworld. Another really welcome at the Big Dog Inc. On Periscope. One of the big shows that I immersed myself in was Westworld. That was a big winner at the Golden Globes. Nominee. Okay, the Golden Globes didn't happen. I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want to mislead anybody. But yeah, best TV series. Game of Thrones is up there. It's funny. Game of Thrones should win. Welcome at SaintsGirl878. And welcome Sam Leibowitz. Just joined our Facebook feed, so that's really good. And he's giving us some thumbs up. Sam, the stupid adapter. We got no live feed going into this right now. We'll figure it out in a second, though. Very excited for the Periscope feed, too, actually. The Periscope feed, I was using an older phone for that. Not that our listeners really care, but it's these little behind-the-scenes things. Now, if you are into the behind-the-scenes, you should become an executive producer of the show, like Brian Phillips. He's one of our EPs. Steve Ovecki's one of our EPs. They get an exclusive live feed, which I did not broadcast tonight because just terribly late today. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And it's on a night where we have just a tremendous guest. Like, I'm just so excited. Big Valiant Comics fan, big Exo Manowar fan. So I'm really interested to know what they're doing with the relaunch of that book. They're coming out with a new Harbinger. So we got all those questions, and that's coming up in a few short segments. But it's good to have everybody on here. Well, like I said, we'll figure it out. We're going to work a little engineering magic, and we're going to hopefully get the Warren Simons interview in full, so all of our streamers can get that. Other notable Golden Globe nominees, Atlanta was nominated for Best Musical Comedy. If you're not watching Atlanta, that's another great show. Donald Glover is awesome. Like, he's definitely the funny thing about Donald Glover, he also got nominated for Best Actor in a TV series. The funny thing about him, though, I actually like him the least. I love him as an actor, so that's why I watch the show. But I like Paperboy, and I like his little sidekick. Those guys are the guys I actually watch that show for. So it's really kind of funny. Like, he created the show, and he's like my least favorite character on that entire show. But that's another big one. Transparent got nominated again. I don't know why they keep... Okay, I know why they keep listing it as a comedy. They guarantee themselves some wins by doing that. But it's not a comedy. Like, it's not. It's not a comedy. But it's somehow nominated for a comedy. And then there's Veep, which will probably win it because, it just is. It just is. Blackish making some noise this year, too. Anthony Anderson getting nominated. The show getting nominated. Really, really, really big stuff. But again, the big news for me was Deadpool. It's just like, you gotta be out of here. See, and I pose this question to the audience, and I really want to know. Call us in, 877-480-4120. Please call in and ask is Deadpool like that good? No, it's not that good. Like, I like it. I thought it was like entertaining, but Golden Globe nominated film. Like, I can't even. Like, I can't swallow that pill. Like, it's like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. But it did get me thinking too, and we're gonna do a fun little game here. Best superhero performances, right? I mean, look, Ryan Reynolds is up there, no question about it. In the superhero genre, Ryan Reynolds is now up there as one of the best, and he's nominated as one. And Brian Phillips chimes in, it was fun, but I don't think it is award worthy. Sean Batewell, it was good, but a mess. Saints Girl 878, he's good. Yes, Ryan Reynolds is good in the movie. Award worthy though, like seriously, like really, like. I think we can all agree Heath Ledger's Joker is the #1 performance, right? I mean, I would say that's the #1 superhero movie related performance anyone's ever given. Why? It won an Oscar. Now, would it have won an Oscar if he didn't die? I don't know. I think it would have. I think it was still that good. His Joker was amazing. I think Jack Nicholson's Joker, I would deem that one of the best superhero performances of all time, right? Superhero movie. We're doing superhero movie performances, right? Dan T. Lawson just joined as well, too. So chime in. Best superhero movie performances. Award-worthy performances. Was Christopher Reeve's Superman award-worthy? I think so, actually. I actually think you could put, Sean Batewell, very good but sick. That's the Joker. I'm assuming that's for the Joker response.
General Zod. Best supporting actor.
General Zod. And, he was, the actor was also in a Star Wars movie, too, right? We got Espada Primera Stark that just joined as well, too.
He was also in Wall Street. He played the villain to Gordon Gekko.
Okay, yeah. General Zod actor. I gotta look this up because I can't remember his name. What's his name? Christopher... Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Terrence Stamp. Okay, it was Terrence Stamp. Oh, see, Dan T. Lawson. He's got me, like, definitely beat there. But... yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker has to be #1. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Heath Ledger's Joker, #1, best of all time. Terrence Stamp's General Zod is pretty good. Tom Hiddleston's Loki. It's another performance. Now, again, we keep going on the villains here. Dan T. Lawson says, I'm a fountain of useless info. Let me know when you need a cup. This whole show is just based on useless info. Like, we can't, like Trump is nominating like oil guys to be his Secretary of State. There's like all kinds of like crazy, and Russia's hacking us. Like there's all kinds of crazy stuff. This will not fix any of that. This will be a diversion. This is like just a happy diversion. All right, so when we come back, I want to hear your thoughts. If we cut out of one of the feeds on the Facebook or the Periscope, we will be right back. Don't you worry. I'm going to be doing a little engineering wizardry here, and I'm going to see what I can do about getting that going. But when we come back, best superhero movie performances. All right, I mean, I can feed...
What we could do is, like you said, I can put him on loudspeaker, and you can hold it to your mic. I just don't know if people could hear it. Or, dude, you could use the other mic to hold it by that mic.
Well, it's just, they have to hear it, right? So, I mean, look, this phone has a jack. So this thing's going in.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what about your old phone?
No, the old phone has the jack, but that means the Periscope feed gets the interview, but not the Facebook feed. The Facebook feed is my video, so I really need that.
Which is the more important one?
The Facebook feed is the more important. So I'm gonna cut out of here.